It's time for economics and finances. Hello and welcome to the studio of Business 7. Of course, today the printed copy of Business 7 in Republikein, Algemeine Zeitung and Namibian Sun. And one of the things that we focus on in today's Business 7 is the development budget of the government for 2021-22. And all I'm going to say is this: for every dollar government will spend in the current fiscal year, only half a cent will be spent on the development of health infrastructure in Namibia. You can read the entire story in the printed copy of Business 7 today. Also in Business 7, we look at what happened on the local index of the Namibian Stock Exchange last month, and there was very interesting developments there, particularly when it came to Capricorn Group, which of course is Bank Windhoek's holding company. Later in the program, we have Warren Kozonguizi. He is the head of marketing, sales and distribution at Life Namibia, and he's going to give us some insights on just what the insurance industry looks like in the new normal. Stay tuned. The International Monetary Fund last week had their annual spring meetings, and of course then they also give an updated outlook on what the economic growth globally and in the various countries will look like. Now, today's Business 7, we give you a visual snapshot of that in our infographic. Very interesting. The IMF predicts or forecasts economic growth of 2.6% for Namibia this year. That is more or less in line with what local analysts and experts are saying. What is a bit concerning is that the IMF also gives economic forecast for 2026, and there they have pinned in economic growth of only 2.5% for Namibia. So it seems like in the immediate future, Namibia is going to have a tough time to recover economically. Now we have a video for you. It's from the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, and it gives you an idea of what the global forecasts look like. We have the pleasure of having Liberty Life Namibia in our studio today, and in the person of Warren Kozonguizi. He is the head of sales, distribution and marketing at Liberty Life Namibia. Hello, Warren, and welcome.
Good morning. Thank you for having me, Jo Marie.
It's an absolute pleasure. Of course, to start the conversation off, it's all about insurance, and unfortunately, we have COVID-19, the pandemic, especially last year. How badly has it hit the insurance industry in general?
Very interesting question, Jo Marie. I think with every insurer or any company, COVID-19 has impacted all of us. It has impacted the financial services market. It has impacted manufacturing, construction. As an insurer, we do, however, keep reserves for these type of events. Of course, not to the magnitude of what we thought COVID-19 would be. So we were substantially affected. However, like I made reference, the reserves did sort of soften the blow, if I can call it that way, for the insurance industry, particularly at Liberty Life Namibia.
Yes, of course. Just to put it into perspective for our listeners and watchers, Namibia's financial industry as a whole, of course, very tightly regulated. In the case of Liberty and the insurance industry, it would be NAMFISA, and NAMFISA also has these regulatory reserves, the minimum that you have to adhere to. So in all, the insurance industry was buffered to a certain extent. But of course, there's no use dwelling on the past. It has happened. We are in a new normal.
That we are definitely.
That we are definitely. How does the new normal look in the insurance industry?
Well, particularly for me, I'm quite excited about the new normal. Like it added quite a bunch of new character traits within our arsenal of
Yes.
goods that we can make use of in terms of how we particularly engage with our clients. We have seen that come through quite a lot. You know, we would say, okay, the new normal has pushed us to a more technological front, but it has also allowed us the opportunity to predominantly engage a lot with our clients. We've become much closer to our clients. We've had to implement measures as well as procedures within our business to ensure that we are actively and deliberately engaging with our clients by ways of either technologically or by ways of implementing, you know, within the vast basket of clienteles that we have in our business, either USSD type of technologies that we interact with them, SMS type of engaging, but ultimately we have seen that the engagement element with our clients, how we provide them with information, how we keep them informed and how we keep them updated has predominantly increased, particularly from my side where I sit, where engagement with the client is the ultimate, because it's ideally why we're here, right?
Yeah, as they say, never let a good crisis go to waste, and it seems like you guys have exactly done that. Last year especially, to an extent going forward, the impact will still be there, but how badly was your clients hit, and to which extent did Liberty reach out and provide relief?
So in terms of relief that Liberty has provided, of course, you know, as an insurer, we had a look at what it is that we can aid our clients, and of course those were measures that we took to our board to be able to sign off and provide that type of relief. How we've also provided relief is, you know, as an insurer, there are certain policies that you take out, and we've seen a big uptake in terms of our retrenchment covers that come in, and we have seen the members that have taken out those covers, or the employers that have taken out those covers, that we were in a position to honor those. So that provided a great relief to those individuals that were impacted by the unfortunate event of their company closing down, and they were actually retrenched. What has also happened for us is that, like I made reference to early on, we saw the need of getting closer to our client. What we then have done is we've implemented a mobile office. So it's a completely decked out mobile office on wheels where we literally we could go anywhere. This office is COVID-19 decked. We have solar panels in this mobile office. We even have a stable internet connectivity with one of our local providers. And we frequent the informal settlements. We frequent the north, literally anywhere where we see the need with our clients, or where we have great pockets of clients. We have gone through there and provided the financial assistance that we needed and the advice to be able to ensure that, we're ultimately working towards our strategic goal, which is providing a financial freedom to everyone within the Namibian space.
I think one thing the pandemic has taught business and industries is that you need to be agile. Agile is absolutely key in responding to virtually any change. To which extent has Liberty embraced this?
You ask these questions as if you're in our organization, because actually what we then have done is, as at the beginning of the year, we implemented what we call an agile approach to how we do business, right? From an agile approach of how we engage the client to how we do our operational structures, as well as within the teams, how we operate from being part of a group company. So the agile approach has literally meant that we would rethink our entire business model. We would rethink that, traditionally insurance was seen as this boring stock, stand and barrel type of organization. How do we keep the old but bring in a fresh look, bring in new elements to the ball game, and with the engagements of clients, with our processes, do we need to rethink certain processes? And it's a journey, right? It's not something that, we would put a stake in it and say, this is going to be changed by X, Y, and Z date, but it's definitely something that we're changing with the times. Agility and resilience is definitely that businesses do look at, especially our businesses such as ours, and we've really tried to make that the business as usual. So a process can be implemented today, and then the process can be sort of changed and possibly done away with tomorrow. That's the agility that we're trying to do, to think on our feet, to make changes or impactful changes that would ultimately change the lives of our clients at the end of the day.
That's very encouraging to hear that type of approach. Of course, people are still impacted by the pandemic. We've seen unemployment, retrenchments, people working for lower salaries, etc., etc. And consumers and businesses have to make very tough spending choices. It seems like one of the easiest things to do is to cut insurance.
That's true.
What is your advice when it comes to that?
So, we have seen and we've closely monitored, as you said, we are regulated by NAMFISA, that the lapse rate since Q3 of 2020, as well as, an uptick in Q4, lapses has definitely increased. And like rightfully, as you said, within your basket of goods, if you see your disposable income shrink, what's the first thing that you think about cancelling? It would be that funeral policy, it will be that life policy, and we've seen that. We've seen that people can't afford certain element or certain one of these policies any longer. Our approach definitely would be just knowledge in terms of, insurance is seen as a grudge purchase, but this is actually the time that you do need these policies. What we have then implemented is a value of insurance campaign. And it's not because we're doing it so that we can become relevant, but it's as we try to be the partner of choice. We're trying to inform our clientele, and we're trying to inform the rest of the Namibian population. The value of insurance is really to show you, so within this epidemic, why is insurance valuable? It's invaluable because within this epidemic, certain matters or certain life events are still taking place. Well, don't go and just completely cancel your policies. Revert to your insurer such as ours. Let's look at ways where we can assist you with, with our Mind My Money program, and that's just a financial literacy program, to rethink your basket of goods in terms of your monthly spending. How can we help you to maintain your policies while also maybe making a few shifts here and there? And we've seen quite a great value within the value of insurance. We've had conversations with our clients to be able to just, help them with their budgetary needs, and it's still taking place. And I think we have decided to maybe increase the lifespan of the value of insurance, as the feedback that we've received from our clients was quite positive.
That's very reassuring to hear, and also very sound advice. Warren, thank you very much for your time, and we wish Liberty Life Namibia a very productive 2021.
Thank you for having me, and it was an honor to be able to just impart a bit of knowledge within what is currently happening in our economy, and ultimately also to reassure people that not all doom and gloom, as you rightfully have said. never waste a good crisis. And also from an insurer perspective, it's always important to say, like, let's be kind. Kindness goes a long way. Let's be resilient as people, and just things will get better. We're only going through a downtick at the moment, but as Namibians, we're strong, resilient individuals, and we definitely will come out on top at the end of this.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Today, we'll be back in 2 weeks' time. Until then, stay safe.